Hello, welcome to another class with Mathemasoft. And in today's class, we shall continue with our topic, quadratic equation. In previous classes on this topic, we have been able to look at solving quadratic equation using factorization method and completing the square method. Today, we shall continue with solving quadratic equation using quadratic formula. You must realize that quadratic formula is very important when it comes to solving problems that relate with quadratic equation. Quadratic formula is the one that will help us to know the nature of the roots. That is, it will help us to test out the nature of the roots. Don't forget that in the first class on quadratic equation, I explained that a quadratic equation will always have two roots, and these roots have specific nature. They can be the same, they can be different, and they can be complex. It is the understanding of quadratic formula that will help us to know which quadratic equation will have the same roots or different roots or complex roots. And that is why it's very important for you to understand this method solving quadratic equation. Before we go ahead using the quadratic formula, let us first state the formula, and then we'll try as much as possible to look at it that this formula was not just something that was just ordinarily invented. It is still something that relies on the previous knowledge that we have shared on quadratic equation. The formula states that x or any other unknown, okay, that you may have, it might be x, it may be any other unknown, equals minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. In other words, if I want to use x as my unknown, I can just say x or any other unknown, y, m, n, whatever it is that you have, equals minus b plus or minus root b squared, okay, minus 4ac all over 2a. This is the quadratic formula, okay? There are some people that call this formula almighty formula, but the real name of this formula is quadratic formula. Well, maybe why some people actually give it the nickname almighty formula is because there is no quadratic equations that you cannot solve using this quadratic formula. That may be the reason why some people actually gave it the nickname almighty formula. But as a math student, it is proper for you to call it quadratic formula because there is no formula that is almighty. There are still so many questions in this world, even mathematically, that you cannot solve using this quadratic formula. So the proper name is quadratic formula. Now, how did we actually generate this quadratic formula? This quadratic formula that we have on this board rely on your knowledge of completing the square method using the general form of the equation of a quadratic equation. What is the general quadratic equation? We can actually prove this formula, okay? You need to understand how this formula is being generated, especially those students that will be writing WAEC or A-level examination. So, from the general quadratic equation, that's the general form where we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay? Using our completing the square method, just look at it like you want to solve this equation using completing the square method. And that should actually lead us to generating this formula for you to actually clearly see that it is not something that was just imported, but something that is being generated from your previous knowledge using completing the square method. So because this a here must be 1, so let's make it 1 by dividing both sides by what? A. That will be ax squared over a plus b over ax plus c over a equals 0 over a. And that will give me a would have cancelled out. That will be x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equals 0. Let's take this constant to this other side, okay? That's the one that does not have any term in x. So that's x squared plus b over ax equals minus c over a. Now in this case, we look at the coefficient of x, okay, from the completing the square method knowledge. B over a, we multiply by half, b over a times half, then we square it, and then we add to both sides. Adding this to both sides, we know that this will actually become b times 1, a times 2, 2a, that will be square. So this is what we are adding to both sides. So we are adding it to both sides, this side and this side. So let's do that. That will be x squared plus b over ax plus b over 2a squared equals minus c over a plus b over 2a squared. All right. And then we can write this in short form now. In short form, we have x. What is inside there is plus b over 2a, then all square. That has been explained under completing the square method. So if you have not seen the video, please go back to the video of completing the square method to check this out. So we have equals minus c over a plus b squared. 2 squared will give me 4 and a squared. So a squared, that will be b squared over a, 4a squared. And then this will give me x plus b over 2a, okay, squared. The LCM here, okay, will give me 4a squared. A in 4a squared will give me 4a. 4a times minus c will give me minus 4ac plus 4a squared here will give me 1 times b squared is going to be b squared. And then I can write this as x plus b over 2a. Taking the square root of both sides, it will remove this square, and then I'm going to have plus or minus root, okay, minus 4ac plus b squared over 4a squared. So this is what I will have. And then I can say that I have x equals minus b over 2a plus or minus. Now, this root is on top of everything here. This root is on top of that. I have root minus 4ac plus b squared over root 4a squared. So I can separate them. So I can have the root separated on the numerator. Instead of writing minus 4ac plus b squared, I can write it as plus b squared. Then I have minus 4ac. I hope you understand that. That's the same thing, okay? This is the same thing as minus 4ac plus b squared. I can write it as b squared, that's plus b squared minus 4ac. Then over, now square root of 4 will give me 2. Square root of a squared will give me what? A. And that will give me what I have on the board here. Okay, let me finish it up on this side. So the LCM of these 2a and 2a will be 2a. 2a in 2a1 times minus b will give me minus b plus or minus 2a in 2a1 times all these numerator is going to give me b squared minus 4ac. And here we go, we have what we call quadratic formula. So you can check this out to what we stated here. So you can see that what we have generated x equals minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This is how quadratic formula is being generated. So there are some questions that may actually require you to prove that this is equals to this. That is, there are some questions that can require you to prove this formula. Okay, we have such a question in WAEC or most of the theoretical based examination, WAEC, GCE, NECO, Cambridge examination, like A level or AS examination. So there are some questions that require that may actually demand that you should prove how this formula is being generated. So this is how quadratic formula is being generated using the knowledge base of completing the square method. So this formula is what you need to have here so that you can use it to solve quadratic what equations. And that's what we are going to do, with the questions that we have on the board. So let's create space on our board. Okay. So I'm going to have the formula, still retained here so that we can always use it for now till the time you will be able to have it stored here so that anytime you need it, you can just write it. So we have these questions on the board, and of course, you must be familiar with these questions having watched the previous video because we have been using these questions a whole lot as examples under factorization method, under completing the square method, and then I want us to use it for quadratic formula also so that you can see that either you use completing the square method, factorization, or quadratic formula on a particular question, you always get the same answer. So in applying this, we must identify all our constants, all our letters that we have here, all the unknowns, what are their values? So question number 1, 2x squared plus 5x minus 12 equals 0. So just see it as ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So state it out. A equals to 2, b equals 5, and your c equals minus 12. Please do not forget, when you see minus, use minus. When you see plus, use plus. This c here, it will be wrong to say c equals to 12. No, c equals minus 12. You have to note that, okay? Because that is the common error or common mistake that some students normally make while using quadratic formula in solving quadratic equation. So this is what you have. So this is just a reference, or it's not part of the solution. So and then I write the formula that I want to apply, quadratic formula. That's minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then I have x. Everywhere I have b, a, c, I will replace them with their values. For example, I will replace a using 2, replace b using 5, replace c using minus 12. And that will be minus is here before, minus 5 plus or minus 5 squared minus 4, my a is 2, my c is minus 12, then over 2, my a is what? 2. So this formula here becomes this, replacing b with 5, replacing a with 2, replacing c with minus 12. That's all. And then we take it down, minus 5 plus 5 squared here will give me 25. This minus 4 times 2 times minus 12. Minus times minus plus. 4 times 2 will give me 8. 8 times 12, 16, 1, 8, that's what? 96. Okay, then over 4. x equals to minus 5 plus or minus, if we are to add this, it's going to give me root 121 over 4, and that will give me x minus 5 plus or minus square root of 21 is 11 over 4, and then x equals minus 5 plus 11 over 4, or minus 5 minus 11 over 4. X equals 6 over 4, or minus 16 over 4. X equals to 3 over 2, if you use 2 to cut this, or minus 4. So, if you recall very well, you see that this is the same answer we got when we solved using completing the square method. So, also using quadratic formula, this is what you will have, okay? I hope you find this method very simple. So it's a very simple method. Once you understand that you can remember or you can recall your quadratic formula and you know how to apply it very well, stating out your A, stating out your B, stating out your C correctly, okay? Let's look at question number 3 and question number 5 also. Okay. Question number 3 and question number, okay, number 5. So question number 3, I have x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 0. So from here, I have my A equals to 1, my B equals to minus 6, my C equals to 9, okay, and my x equals to minus B using the formula, stating it out, B squared minus 4AC over 2A. So x equals, there is minus here, that's minus. What is your b? Your b is minus 6, so you state it minus 6. Don't forget to do that, okay? That's a common error that many people normally make. There is minus here, so you have minus 6, so this is how it's going to be stated. And then you have minus 6, write your minus 6 square like this, minus 4 bracket, your A is 1, your C is 9, then 2 bracket your A, which is 1. So we have x equals minus times minus will give me plus 6, okay, plus or minus, minus 6 times minus 6, that's minus 6 squared, minus 6 times minus 6 will give me plus 36, okay, minus times minus plus, 6 times 6, 36, so that will be 36, minus 4 times 9 will give me 36, then I have over 2 times 1, 2. X equals 6 plus or minus 36 minus 6 will give me 0 over 2, and x equals 6 plus or minus 0, which is square root of 0 over 2, and x equals 6 plus 0 over 2, or 6 minus 0 over 2. Okay, so from here, this will give me x equals to 6 over 2, okay, or 6 over 2, and that will give me x equals to 3 or 3. So instead of me to write 3 or 3, so I can say that what x equals to 3, and then I will put twice. Okay, that's what x equals to 3 twice. So we have actually explained this also in the previous video, that what you can have what same roots, and then we have what same roots in this what in this case of what x squared minus 6x plus what 9 that we just what solved. So let's look at question number 5 also. Question number 5. Okay. So question number 5. I have 3x squared minus x equals 2. Okay, so this will be 3x squared minus x. You must write this in this form before you state out your A, B, C. If you state it out like this without making it to form ax squared, okay, plus bx plus c, you are going to make error of the what? Sign. So, because if you say your c is 2, that will be wrong, because your a is actually 3, your b is minus 1. It is minus 1 that is here, and then your c is actually minus 2. So that must be noted. Okay. And then solving this, we will have x equals, since x is still the unknown there, minus b plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So I have x equals to minus bracket minus 1, which is my b, plus or minus my b, which is minus 1 squared, minus 4, my a is 3, and my c is what? Minus 2. Okay, then that will give me all over 2 bracket 3. So I'm going to be having x equals to 1 plus or minus, this is minus 1 raised power minus 1 will give me 1. Okay, minus 1 raised power 2, like that, minus 1 raised power 2 will give me minus 1 times minus 1. Okay, and that will give me 1. Okay, because minus times minus plus 1 times 1 will give me 1. Okay, and then I will have minus times minus will give me plus. 4 times 3, 12, times 2, that is 24, all over 6. And that will give me x 1 plus or minus 1 plus 24 will give me root 25 over 6. This will result to 1 plus or minus 5 over 6. Okay, and then we can finish up. So this will result to x equals 1 plus 5 over 6, or 1 minus 5 over 6. That will be x equals 6 over 6, or minus 4 over 6. X equals to 1, or minus 2 over 3. Okay, so this will be the roots of the equation 5 using quadratic formula. So I want you to try out question number 4, okay, and question number 2 on your own using quadratic formula. So this is what we have using quadratic formula to solve quadratic equation, and I hope you have gained a lot in today's class. I indulge you to please watch this video over and over again. You can pause, listen again, okay, and until you understand what we have done in today's class. If you also have any question or any gray area in what we have done today, you can reach out to me in the comment section below. Share out this video, like this video, let me have your comments, subscribe if you have not done so, and hit the notification bell. Till next class, when we shall be looking at more on what? Quadratic equation. I wish you all the very best in your studies. Bye for now.